What's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy Kaleem Kalam Salam. Give me to your mom and let's make it and get it going on. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm freaking pumped up today, obviously, because I'm on a time crunch. Because my friends are coming over, and I just got done doing everything that I needed to do for the day to feel good and okay and enjoy the little bit of sun that we have left. It's going to be consistently sunny soon, but right now it's kind of here, there, a little everywhere. The clouds are in the way, blah, blah, blah. So obviously I'm very fast paced right now. If you can run with it, great. If not, that's okay. I'm not for you, and that's all right, even though it hurts my feelings. No, it doesn't. Anyways, anyways, I got some beer right here, whatever. So, I don't even think I can really drink while talking about this. I don't even think I'm gonna smoke a cig while talking about this because you know what? It's gonna take away from that. Yeah, it'll probably calm me down a little bit, but I want to keep freaking going because obviously today, if you watch Eric Bugenhagen, I watch a lot of Eric Bugenhagen. Am I coping in some weird way by kind of having mannerisms and talking like him? I would say no if you're listening to somebody like throughout the freaking day because they have such a good mindset and I wanted to bring it today, then yeah, you might pick up a little bit of their mannerisms. And also, before I even watched Eric Bugenhagen, I was always an energetic freaking guy. Okay, so clearly I'm bringing a little bit of freaking intensity because that's what I wanted to do in order to get my shit done so I can enjoy the day because I'm on a freaking time crunch. But let me tell you what I did today, and it was amazing because I had no plan of what it is I was going to talk about when getting into this freaking video. So here we go. And also, I will say this, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a little bit of people's mannerisms sometimes because we're all kind of the same. I mean, you get mannerisms from the people you're around at times or when you grow up and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? If it gives you or makes you feel stronger, it makes you feel more powerful, then why not? Not like powerful over others, but maybe a little. But even then, just like freaking good about yourself and feel freaking confident and you have a good mindset going on, by all freaking means. All right, so what I do today, it was sunny out today. I had my job today, and I was like, you know what? I gave it my all. I have practically been exercising all day today. All right, all day. You'd be like, all day. Since what is the time now? It's about 5 o'clock. All right, so I had to go to work at 9. I had a certain amount of rooms that I had to get freaking done. All right, and what I do, well, I had a freaking smoke in the morning. I had some coffee. I took a fat shit. So I didn't really start really working until about like 10:20, right? But I tell you what, I was the first one out of there today, and I had a good time because I made a freaking goal for myself. I went up in there. I was watching Eric Bugenhagen in the morning. He's watching one of his old videos about basically saying, why not say you're a freaking winner? You know what I'm saying? And I was just doing it all day. I'm a freaking winner. I'm the best. I'm the best. A little bit arrogant, you know, but it's okay. It's not like if you believe it, even obviously I'm kind of taking from what he said, but I've always think these things too. So it's funny, you know, we all kind of, you're drawn to certain people sometimes in a certain way because there's parts of you that are like that maybe as well, maybe not, maybe things you got to fix or do or work on, you know, but still, um, you're going to be closer to being a better version of you than, you know, maybe not having that type of mindset, which I think is very true. It's not like you're fooling yourself into thinking that, yeah, I'm going to be the best person in the world. You can't. I don't think that's even possible because we all have our own goals and definition of what we call success. But you can do the best in your life. And I've just noticed for myself, it's like, well, I'd rather feel fucking great as fucking much as I possibly can throughout the day instead of feeling all sad and shit like that. Not that there's anything wrong getting sad. Sometimes I will contemplate stuff in my life and it will drive me to tears. I think that's where wisdom comes from sometimes, you know? But anyways, I just was like in the mindset of like, I'm going to bust these rooms out. I'm going to get them done before anybody else, which I definitely fucking did, right? And I fucking went in there and I busted out these rooms so fast after I chilled out, had a smoke, and took a fat shit. And I just freaking, dude. And it felt good. I just kept making goals throughout the day. And so now I'm getting a little bit more slow. I'm thinking about rolling some tobacco right now. Like I'm also rushing, so I just rushed to the store. I'm like riding my bike. I'm like gonna get some freaking beer real quick because I like to be with myself a little bit before I hang out with friends. But I was just like, damn it, I said an hour, and I didn't want it to be a freaking hour because I wanted to chill out by myself more, you know, and calm down. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use the speed instead of getting sad about it. I'm just gonna go. So now I'm all energized. But yeah. So let me tell you what I did, man. It was an exercise. So I got all these rooms done, but I did a timer. I was like, how fast can I get this room done? Let's say 15 minutes. And then I was like, I did it, and then it was 16. So I failed, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, fine. Next time, let's see if I can do it again. The next room, I did it in 14 minutes, so that's a minute off. That's a minute. You might not think it's a lot, but it's a freaking lot because that means you're moving in a certain fastness and swiftness and smoothness more than the other, which is gaining you seconds and seconds. If you've ever played those like racing games and you're trying to beat your high score, that means you're doing a little bit of like you might be going a little faster, or you know how to turn a little bit better and all that type of stuff. So that's what was happening, and I made it like a game, and then I was freaking done. And like I do like this reaction at work, even though I don't think you should try to seek the validation constantly of your coworkers or people around you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it a little bit, but if that's you do that for that, then you might find that you might not always get that. So my validation really was just like, I just want to do good at my job and make sure I have this job, and also I'm seeing it as an exercise, and it's gonna make me feel good to know that I got my shit done quick and I can get out of there and I can enjoy the rest of my day. So anyways, I get back from freaking work after doing all that, and I'm sweating, you guys, because I'm freaking like, ooh, I'm like moving like a football fucking star. I'm like fucking moving around, you know. And people are like, what energy are you on today? What did you take? You know, I'm probably looking like a freaking cokehead, man, because I'm like, you know, I did have coffee, and I had some like turmeric ginger shit, but I haven't had caffeine in like the last 5 hours. You know, when you watch certain people or around certain people, or you want to take in a certain freaking mindset, you bring your mind to that place, you'd be surprised. You know, I was telling my coworker, I was like, it's a freaking mindset. It is a mindset. You know, I'm not again trying to like act and talk like Eric Bugenhagen, but it's hard not to. It's fun. It's fun to bring that, and it's true. You know, I used to be really into like affirmations and all this type of stuff, and I find now that it's good to do certain ones to remind yourself of your capabilities and who you are and all that type of stuff. There might be ones that maybe are not gonna suit you the best way in your life, but you find that over time. So you know, no wonder I'm into Eric Bugenhagen. I'm into him. No, but no wonder I freaking like the guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's awesome. And hope one day I can work out with him. He's much stronger than I am. Though I'm decently strong. I could deadlift. Well, my deadlift was better before, so I'm getting back to where I was, but even better. I deadlift like 450 pounds last time. I think my last bench was like 305, which is okay for me. But like my highest ever in my life was like 350, 360. This is when I was watching like Yu Yu Hakusho. So I was freaking the energy again. Watching it, I noticed this even before I started getting into like energy or like knowing more a little bit about the mindset and certain shit like that. I just noticed this when I was younger because I was probably like 21 when I did it. But I was watching a show called Yu Yu Hakusho, and in it there's a lot of powering up. There's a lot of so while watching it, I have an active imagination. I'm imagining that's me powering up. And dude, little behold, I go into the gym that day, and I remember I was mid Yu Yu Hakusho, and I fucking ended up picking up 365 on the freaking bench, dude. 365. So it's really not a gimmicky thing, the mindset, you know. And like, it's your freaking life, and how do you want to freaking live it, you know? How do you want to feel throughout the day? I don't think it means block everybody off and just talk over everybody, but you might be freaking excited and passionate, and it's finding that freaking balance, right? It's not like you go around and be like, I'm fucking better than you, I'm better than you, blah blah blah, whatever. But even in the mindset, because I kept saying I'm a winner, I'm the best, this, that, and the third. I wasn't going around work being a dick to anybody. I just was getting it done. And I remember this one guy who's working there, and he was like, I don't think he was being sarcastic, but he was, no, I don't think he was at all, actually. He was like, damn, dude, I want to be like you, bro. And like, I was just like, shit, man, honestly, the only thing I freaking do is that I try to have a goal, and I try to make even the trivial things like goal or something that's enjoyable. You know, you have some people like, oh, well, don't do that and just fall into rest into consciousness. It's like, dude, we're here. This is the simple fact that you can hear me talk and all this stuff is beautiful. Fucking enjoy it. Quit worrying about like having a burnout or some shit like that. Relax when you need to relax. You know, quit fucking trying to overly prepare yourself. You know, I think it's okay, but if you're always living in that freaking moment, dude, that's miserable. You know, but I think it's okay to be vigilant and cautious. But you know, you're like running away. You're afraid. You're afraid of being wrong. You're afraid of something, which is fair. You know, but I basically just told him I hope they're not here yet. It has not been an hour. But I basically told him, I was just like, look, man, even if it seems trivial, like try to make the most out of work. Try to make a goal out of work. Like how many of these can I get done? You know, because then at the end of the day, you're going to be looking back and be like, damn, I accomplished those freaking goals that may have been trivial. So I was like, okay. And then I get freaking home, probably around like 1:30. And, you know, I chill for a second. I have some tobacco. And even then, I could have started earlier if I didn't do any of that, right? But then I went for a 30-minute freaking run. So I'm already working for like 5 hours, moving around, running around. So I'm technically kind of running. But it kind of reminds me of soccer a little bit because they're moving and then they're running and they're moving. And then I Fucking goddamn it. My fucking speakers. Then I come back and then I go for a run. I run for 30 minutes. And then I come and then I jump rope for 30 minutes. I jump a rope and then I was doing like my kicks and stuff. Here, I'll show you some of my freaking kicks. You know, I was doing some freaking kicks. You know, so I was doing some kicks, some punches, some moving, right? Moving and grooving. And then I'm like, okay, how do I feel the most satisfied? Because I haven't been going to the gym lately. I need to get a new membership. Just a lot. I need to pay my rent, which is actually due today. But my landlord's pretty cool, but I got to let him know. Anyways, that'll be next week. So I can't pay for the membership right now. But, oh man, I forgot my freaking lighter. No, wait. Oh, it's so wrong. Shit, I was like hoping they weren't here. But anyways, let me freaking just finish this thing and just make it quick and leave it off with a point. And then I came back in and I was like, all right, I want to feel the running and everything makes me feel light and freaking good, right? But then I was like, okay, I want to feel strong. So what do I do to feel strong? I got like a 45-pound weight. I got some freaking those water jugs. It's like dumbbells for me, pretty much. And I didn't use those today. But then I just bust out 300 push-ups and 300 squats. But instead, what I usually do, sometimes I'll play a video game, like a fighting game, and every time I win or lose, like the whole match, not just a one round, I'll do a set of like 20 push-ups, 20 squats. But this time I was like, dude, I want to get this done. So like, I did a set of 50 push-ups until I got to 300. So I did 50, 50, 50, 50, and you're getting more bang out of your bucks with 50 push-ups of 300 compared to 20 push-ups to 300. And then I did 50, 50, 50 squats, and then I was at 150, and then I said, fuck this. And then I just did 150 freaking squats in a row. Because I wanted to get it freaking done, right? And I did all of that. I did the squats. I really want my freaking lighter right now. I want to light this baby up. Damn it, I fucking hate that. Now I gotta go to my freaking room. I'm gonna pause this. Man, I really wish I didn't pause that because I was like literally thinking, I was like, oh, I could just jump out of my freaking window. That would look cool as freaking heck. You know, also having that appreciation of life. Instead of being like, I know everything, like a know-it-all, you know. And know-it-alls are annoying. They don't really speak from passion. A lot of the times they speak from this know-it-all place. Like, well, actually, you don't really understand because really what's happening is blah, 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 blah. You know, they could be right. They could be wrong. Just because somebody sounds confident in what they're saying, or they seem like they know it all, doesn't mean that they do, all right? And I have to realize that with myself all the time. I have to remind myself of that all the time because, you know, some people are just like that, dude. I'm like, let me actually look that up myself. Let me experience it myself. I don't talk from experience a lot. They usually talk from intellectual jargon. But anyways, yeah, so I just got all that done. Then I picked up the 45 and just did a bunch of curls, and I did some shoulder pressing. And dude, I felt freaking great. And it was about like fucking 4:35. Took a shower. You know, I made this freaking awesome drink because, you know, if you're freaking drinking and stuff like that at times, it's good to be running. It's good to be moving. It's good to get your lungs and heart working. Good to sweat that shit out. Good to get your freaking nutrition. So I got freaking water in here, lemon. I've drank most of it. Like 2 squeezed lemons, turmeric powder, maca powder, and cayenne pepper and honey. And this shit is like freaking great, right? But yeah, that's about it. And now I know the only thing that sucks is that my friend's going to be here soon, so I can't really bask in the glory of my day. I guess I am a little bit right now, but I like to bask in my accomplishment and take it day by day, have a long-term plan, and then take it day by day, you know, as much as I freaking can. Maybe I'll have some goals, like, I want to go on a trip here, I want to do this, I want to do that, sure. But day by day, you think about it too much, you want to be paralyzed by analysis, you know. Eric Blumen had to say, but it's still a true statement. Just because he's saying it doesn't mean that he like owns it through copyright, you know. I don't like this. But my point with that is as well, sure, maybe you're gonna have freaking off days, right? If you adjust your focus, then you might have a freaking better day, all right? But then maybe some days you just don't want it. You're just like, whatever, I just want to have an off day. Maybe so. Maybe do that. It's up to you to figure out what's right. I might not be on the ball every freaking day, all right? But today, I was. I feel freaking great. It's one of those things that when I accomplish all the things that I felt were the things I needed to freaking accomplish for the day, And now I can sit down and I can relax in total peace, except I have to message my landlord, but I can relax in total peace knowing that I've worked out, I did a great job at work, and dude, you know, now I can relax in total peace, feeling good, feeling strong, not feeling lethargic. I feel freaking sharp, you know. And when that helps me, if I'm drinking and stuff, I can actually be sharper while I'm drinking. I could bust like 6, 10 beers and still be like freaking pretty damn sharp. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm pretty freaking sharp. You know, and probably tobacco too. I think the tobacco can help you. But if you're like kind of like floaty feeling, you know, it might not help you so much. Trying to get a freaking. I think this is a good one. Actually, I want to get some like cool photos. Just like that. That's a good one right there. Hold on. get a nice. Get a nice photo. Kind of like the backwards hat. That was kind of nice. Get a freaking Bumble photo. I don't even like putting too much of my focus on trying to get a girl either, because I feel like it takes away my excitement from life. I know you're like, not having a girl. What are you talking about? You don't want anybody? It's like, it's a different. I feel like I could be lethargic, and so it really depends on the woman. You know, I'd rather have a freaking woman that could be like, oh, Evan's out there freaking doing his thing. She's not over here like, oh my god, you're freaking crazy. This, that, and the third. That's like, dude, get the fuck out of my face. You know, I've had too many freaking relationships at this point to see now more what it is that I appreciate. You know. And I've had women like this, you know, that have been like that. They don't give a fuck. When I was used to smoke weed and I became very flowy. Flowy is the freaking word. That's when I started attracting the wrong girls. Where I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? You get controlling women. You get very controlling women. So, you got to be on top of yourself, man. You got to be working out. You got to be freaking disciplined. I think even if you are smoking freaking hash, the wax, you know, you got to freaking be on top of yourself. You're gonna be a flowy motherfucker. I don't even like entertaining it. All right, that's my thing. I don't like fucking entertaining it. That's your fucking choice, dude. Whatever, do your fucking thing. Whether I'm judging you or not, who gives a fuck? Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck over it. My fucking roommate's like that. He's like, damn, I used to be like you, bro. I get it. You went through a lot of trauma. We all have. Maybe there's certain shit, obviously, that you went through that I haven't. This isn't the fucking trauma Olympics either. But it's not about like, yo, you gotta be like me. You know, it's like, dude, whatever, dude. We're all different. Live your life. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna be who I am to the best of my abilities to enjoy my freaking life. But being that said, I think I'm gonna freaking shut this off. I feel like that was a great video. I was very fast paced, very freaking sharp and ready to freaking go. Whatever, forgive that. Whatever. You know, I'm a little weird. That is what it is. But yeah. I think that's it. That's gonna be the video. Have a goal. Have a freaking mindset. You know what I'm saying? And do your freaking thing, brother. Do your thing and have a good freaking day. I was gonna enjoy the sun, but it's kind of cloudy. But I'm outside, so here we are.